think the most important thing was really developing a relationship with John C. Reilly, because we played brothers.
You're my little brother. I love you.
They're brothers that do everything together and basically communicate without speaking at times. We were initially going to shoot in America, and then it switched to Europe, and it turned out that we were the only two Americans on set, which I think forced us to spend even more time together.
Dad, hit me. Hit me.
And really mirrored somewhat what the characters experience, because throughout their journey, they become foreigners in this land, and I think that really just helped us. Yeah, I did, but sometimes it gets dangerous. Like, you know, it's really a fascinating period in history, and specifically in California, which was really the sparsely populated region where over the course of a 6-year period during the gold rush, it was like over 250,000 people descended from all over the world, which ravaged the local population and brought famine and genocide. And it's a fascinating period. The characters don't know that. The characters aren't aware of like the historical kind of relevance of what's happening in the region. And so then you go like, fuck, right, that's not what I'm studying. I'm studying what did you eat every day? How did you start a fire? You know, how long does it take to travel from here to here by horse? You know, how many hours a day do you spend on a horse? Those are the things that suddenly become more important, and it's only afterwards that you start considering kind of the broader themes of the film. But I think me and John spent most of our time just going, why is he saying that? How does that make me feel? And what are we going to eat for dinner? Sure, I think that's absolutely one of the themes. Absolutely, I think each character represents a different side of America, and in some ways there is this kind of battle that is going on between these different kind of factions, and it's really which one is going to succeed and which one is going to define the country in some ways. And I think it's something that I think it's very topical for what we are experiencing today. And incidentally, it's interesting, right after 1850, around that time period, was the first time that gun cartridges were invented. Prior to that, it's quite a laborious process of putting the bullet in, and then you put in the powder, and then you cover it with wax, and it takes a long time. And soon after, cartridges came into effect, and people were able to just shoot off much more, which is obviously very topical and something that we are looking at today. So I think that it very much is examining things that we are experiencing today in America and throughout the world. And while those are, it's very interesting to think about and talk about. Again, most of your work as an actor, when you're doing research, you're always trying to find that balance of my own personal interests about this period and what is going to be most effective for me to develop this character.